Let's get to News Nation's Brooke Shafer, who is live at that rally for us in Atlanta tonight. Brooke.
Hey there, Natasha. Former President Donald Trump wrapping up his speech to the crowd here in Atlanta after speaking for about an hour and a half. He had vowed to, quote, unleash hell on Vice President Harris tonight, and he did just that, going after her IQ at many points, calling her not very smart, and even going after her policies as well, especially on the border. Take a listen.
She's such a liar. She denies all this stuff. She said, I was not the border czar. She was the New York Times has a headline, border czar. She was the border czar. She was the worst border czar. She was the worst czar in history. You have a candidate who is fake, fake, fake. On the other hand, you have a president who will fight, fight, fight.
That moment getting a loud applause from the crowd here in Atlanta. We also expected the former president to talk about Laken Riley, that Georgia area college student who was brutally murdered earlier this year. The person accused of killing her is an illegal immigrant. The former president at one point during his speech tonight saying that the death of Laken Riley, or Laken Riley's blood, I should say, is on the hands of Vice President Harris. Again, really making immigration a focal point of his speech tonight. According to the polls, immigration is the #2 issue for voters here in Georgia, just above democracy, second to the economy. Voters here before the rally started telling us that the economy is their top priority heading into this election. Before the former president took the stage here tonight, we knew that he had some ground to make up here in Georgia. Harris has cut into Trump's lead in the Peach State. She seems to have given some new hope for Democrats here. There's some recent polling from Bloomberg. You can see it's now dead even race in Georgia, 47-47. The former president at one point even mentioning what some analysts have told us as well, that if he loses Georgia, he loses the White House. Now, both campaigns, for their part, really targeting the state of Georgia. Kamala Harris was just here 4 days ago, the same venue even. Both campaigns really making significant plays for black voters who make up about 30% of the electorate in Georgia. It is a key demographic. At one point during the rally tonight, the former president bringing on stage a local black artist, even a single black mother, to make some remarks to the crowd. Before he took the stage, the former president also meeting with a roundtable of some black business owners here in Atlanta.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.